Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle one of those big foundational ideas in economics, a word you hear all the time. We're talking about supply.
So let's just jump right in. What does supply really mean? I mean, we all kind of get the gist, right? It's the amount of stuff that's out there. But, in economics, it's a bit more specific and honestly, a lot more interesting. Okay, so here it is, the official textbook definition. And yeah, at first glance, it seems pretty simple. But the real magic, the secret sauce, is hiding in just two little words: willing and able. Seriously, these two words are everything.
Yeah, willing and able. Think of them like two separate keys you need to start a car. It's not enough to just have something to sell. You've also got to consider the seller's motivation and their actual physical ability to get it to you. Both parts of that equation are absolutely crucial.
All right, let's really break this down. Willing, that's all about desire. The producer looks at the price and says, you know what, for that much money, I want to sell my product. It's worth it. Then you've got able, and this is the practical side of things. Does the producer actually have the stock? Do they have the capacity to make it and get it out the door? And here's the kicker. You've got to have both. One without the other just doesn't work. Imagine a farmer with a warehouse full of 1 million apples. They're definitely able to sell them, but if the price is so low they lose money, well, they're not going to be very willing, are they? Now flip that. What if the price for apples is sky high, but a sudden frost wiped out their entire orchard? They'd be more than willing to sell, but now they're not able. In both of those scenarios, from an economic standpoint, there is no supply.
Okay, that's the theory. Now let's see how this all plays out in the real world, because this is where you can really see how price changes, well, pretty much everything for a seller.
All right, check this out. Let's take a simple pen seller. When the price for one pen is 5 rupees, they're willing and able to put 100 pens on the market. Makes sense. But watch what happens when that price doubles to 10 rupees. All of a sudden, they're ready to sell 300 pens. So what gives? Why such a huge jump?
And that right there, that's basically the golden rule of supply. It's super simple. A higher price equals a higher supply. It's a direct relationship, because now every single pen is more profitable, so our seller is way more motivated, you could say much more willing, to sell as many as they can.
And looking at it like this on a chart just makes it crystal clear, doesn't it? You see that bar for 5 rupees and then bam! Look at the huge jump when the price hits 10. That massive leap? That's the seller's motivation kicking into high gear when the reward gets bigger. This whole idea, by the way, is what economists call the law of supply.
So let's wrap this all up. What's the one thing you really need to remember? It's this. Supply isn't just about how much stuff is sitting on a shelf somewhere. It's a living, breathing response to price. When prices climb, sellers get way more motivated and are able to offer more goods to the market. Why? Because they want to cash in on those higher profits.
And that kind of leaves us with one big final question, doesn't it? We've just figured out one half of the most famous team in all of economics. But what happens when the wants and needs of buyers, demand, enters the picture? Because that dance between supply and demand, well, that's what makes the entire market go round.